Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you the rundown. I do have the audio commentary from last night, but it's a different format, and I haven't found a site that does audio uploads of, I think it's called GCP format. So if you know a site that does that, that would be awesome. I'm just, turning on the video and putting it down like it's audio. Basically what happened, Nikki's a 3, Amy's a 2. Nikki is on our team, Amy's on the opponent's team. They were called the Mecha Boys. They are a very strong team. I predict that they're a higher number team than they were, than they played. I think they laid down some during the season, but, they were very strong. But this girl, she played very strong, and, Amy and Nikki were jacking each other up left and right. They were not giving each other any room to make shots. Nikki managed to pull it out, even being frustrated. He managed to pull it out and take it for the win. It was a very close game. Angela in practice was, she was absolutely amazing. She was on fire. She got in the game. She was nervous. She held it together. She pulled us through. That was another win. All these wins, I think they were only by like 2 or 3 balls. I mean, we knew it was going to get harder. Mark comes up next. Mark had trouble practicing at home in the morning yesterday. He just seemed a little bit off, but we told him, you're going to be your 4, you're going to be playing a strong 5. You're going to need to be defensive, realize that you're probably not going to be able to fluster these guys as much as you'd like, using your defensive plays. Like when he did Moose, and Moose got flustered, Moose lost some confidence. The gentleman that he played, honestly, was so exciting, I don't remember names. The gentleman he played was a very strong 5. He was flustered. He had him flustered. His hands were sweating. He was sighing. He was, stomped his foot a little. They were jacking each other up. Mark had trouble. He got some balls in, but had trouble getting balls in. He had trouble on his breaks last night. It was not what I would call an on night as far as breaks and getting balls in, but he did play defensively just like we told him to. He was brilliant at it the whole game, because he was doing such good defense and the other guy was so good. It ended up lasting like almost an hour. Unfortunately, the guy, he took Mark out. He beat Mark. Same thing with Rob. Rob came up there. Rob got flustered pretty easily, and and the other guy was able to win over him. RJ was our breadwinner. We were just 10 ahead at that time when RJ came up. It's not very much in pool at all, especially when you have 2 really high players playing each other. The high player from the other team and RJ were playing. RJ seemed to have a problem with his break yesterday. He is normally on it. He tried every stick. Something was wrong. They couldn't figure out what at that time, but he was also running back and forth. He had 3 other teams that were playing. He was having to coach. They think that was another thing with Mark too, is that RJ, who usually coaches them, if he sees a difficult shot because he's really good, he wasn't able to coach Mark because he was busy coaching other teams and he had to play too and on other teams. What ended up happening was it was scary. I mean, at one point I had my eyes closed. It was like head to head. It was like there were 2 or 3 balls from each other, and then it was like all of a sudden it was like, okay, they're 9 and 9. RJ's got to get 9 balls. This guy's got to get 9 balls. Anything could happen, and RJ is clearly flustered. RJ does not like, he has to have his game the way he wants it. It was not going the way he wanted it. He was just getting really, you could tell his face was changing colors. He was getting upset. It was down 3-3. He was keeping it close. It was literally, we were on the edge of our seats, and I was like, they were like, it's 3-3. They each got to get 3 balls to win. RJ, you really got to pull it out, buddy. I closed my eyes, and I was going, come on, God, it's been a tough year. We need this win, and, at least get us through tonight. And, I was like, come on, clenching my hand on my leg, and everybody was on the edge of their seats, and then all of a sudden, at the last minute, RJ he seemed to zone. And Mark said, okay, he's in it now. And bam, 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 we were done. It was like, yeah, we won. So we were like, all right, this is awesome. So Tonight they go, right now they are down at Bellis's practicing. As a matter of fact, I got to get ready and go down there to meet them. I got to meet them by 4 because we got to be down there by 7 again. If we win in Baltimore again, then June we go to the Vegas qualifier, is what I'm told, which is also in Baltimore. If we win the qualifiers for that, then we go to the to Vegas. But tonight, if they win, they get a trophy. They get $125 a piece, and they get to spin the wheel to double their money. Okay. Now they don't lose it if they don't double it, but it's you guys just pray. I just want to make sure you got this because I know you're like all on your edge of your seats, and some of you've been asking. So just just pray. Just give us this really great year. Mark could really use this. The whole team could use this boost. This is a team that just somehow they make it work. And it's beautiful. So I'll let you know what happens tonight. Thanks. Bye.